Join me. Be a high maintenance trader like I am, or like I try to be. Now, do I mean this in regards to Lamborghinis and Cristal and private jets? Not quite. What I mean in regards to high maintenance is relative to your requirements. What kind of requirements? The requirements you have in order to make a trade or to make an investment. If you don't have requirements, that means you don't have a strategy. That means that you shouldn't be trading. So I'm not saying to just all of a sudden give up, but that's the first key thing to all of this is, do you have requirements? So I guess that's the learning lesson within the learning lesson, have requirements. But assuming you have requirements, then you need to be high maintenance in regards to them, which may seem obvious, which may seem, Clay, this seems like a waste of my time, but please realize it's not as easy as what you think. Have you ever revenge traded? Have you ever forced a trade? If you're anything like me, yes, I can answer that question many times. And that's what actually forcing a trade is. What revenge trading is you're not being high maintenance in regards to your requirements. Meaning, sometimes you'll have to be patient. Sometimes you're gonna get frustrated. Sometimes things aren't gonna go your way. And it's just, okay, I have my requirements and so far I'm so good. But you just gotta stay high maintenance, because the truth of the matter is this, is when you are high maintenance, when you remain disciplined in regards to those requirements that you have, assuming they're valid requirements, but when you do stay disciplined and high maintenance, it doesn't take a whole lot of time for things to go your way. It's amazing how when you stick to what you know works and do what you feel comfortable with and do what your requirements are, oh wow, that didn't take long at all. Now there is a ratio perspective here that I'm going to be showing you, because in order for this case study to make the most sense, from a broad sense, I do what's called the be done in 30 approach, meaning I'm looking to be done with my day trading after right around 30 minutes on average. Sometimes I go longer, sometimes I go shorter. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes, but at this point in my journey, I'm not chasing Lamborghinis or anything like that. I'm chasing the freedom of time. As a father of 5 kids, I just want to be able to do stuff with them. I want to be able to work on my real estate investing, my teaching business, all that sort of stuff. So point here being is, I do it for not for all the money per se, but I do it just for the freedom of time. And if I can put some extra money in my pocket within 30 minutes on average, that's perfect. So for me here, and I bring that up because the first trade that I make was at 9:51. Meaning I was basically 2/3 of the way through my entire ideal time perspective, meaning it's getting hard. I mean, it's been 21 minutes. I only have 9 minutes left within my quote unquote 30 minutes and nothing has happened. And these are the moments. Now for you, let's just say, to keep the math somewhat similar, maybe you're looking to be done after right around 3 hours. So that's the equivalent of now it's been 2 hours and you have done nothing. You have made no trades. That can really start to gnaw away at your requirements. Clay, just start to make some exceptions. Okay, that's close enough, right? Have you ever said close enough before you made a trade? Yeah, that's called not being high maintenance. So there is the point where you're going to be tempted at times, the longer you get into not having a trade, where you're going to want to start to become less high maintenance, but you have to remain high maintenance. And I show you this not to brag, not to imply that this happens all the time, because it doesn't, but I do show you it to hopefully motivate you and to encourage you to just be a high maintenance trader. Stick to your requirements. Take the trades that actually fit into your strategy. So like I said, you'll notice I make this trade at 9:51, 21 minutes into my day, which is, like I said, very, very deep, over 2/3 of the way through. And let's just see how things play out. I do go short, meaning I want to see prices go down, and that means I'm making money on that. So let me show you how this works. We have an order at 179.25 in there, short. So for you beginners out there, short meaning I want to see prices come down. So again, I'm in at 179. 25. So took off 50 shares there. Very well could still be a losing trade, but wanted to lock in at least some gains. So took off another 50 there. Still have 200 shares. Try to take off some more down at 85. I got those. Looking to try to get some more off. Let me do that right there. So still have 100 shares left. This could very well be the bottom of this little consolidation range. So that's why I'm potentially going to get a little bit more greedy. The longer it hesitates, the less trust I have. So still have, I'm going to go ahead and take a good there. So there's $350 on that trade. So to quickly walk you through what just happened, on my screen there was the order windows, and then in the time column you can see, and as I mentioned earlier, I made that first trade at 9:51 and 35 seconds. And then you look down and you can see I exited that final bit of the trade at 9:53:04. So to quickly do the math for you, that all occurred in 89 seconds. Isn't that crazy? 89 seconds, $350. And as I mentioned earlier on in the video, when you're just doing this as one of multiple streams of income, if I can put 350 bucks in my pocket in less than 30 minutes, and in this situation in 89 seconds, I'm not a greedy savage. I'm more than happy with that. But setting that aside, this is why you need to be high maintenance. This is why you need to demand that your requirements are met, because you have a strategy. And if you know the strategy works, now not perfectly because nothing works all the time, but over time, generally speaking, when you're managing that risk, then you gotta be high maintenance. You have to wait. You have to demand that those requirements are all met. And it's crazy how when you are high maintenance, again, not this fast. I wish I could say it happened this fast in every situation. And sometimes you're high maintenance and then you take a trade and you'll still lose because there's no guarantees. But like I said, you gotta be high maintenance, because when you are, you can put yourself into some very nice situations, which you saw here. So I hope this can motivate you. I hope this can just inspire you to remain disciplined and to remain disciplined with whatever your trade strategy, trade investment requirements actually are. So if you enjoyed this video, do a couple things for me. Hit that like button, leave a comment below. Have you ever had one of these situations where you're high maintenance and then boom, the trade works out perfectly? Well, I'll always love to hear those sorts of stories, so leave those down below. Check out the channel as a whole if you like what you see. I'd love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. But yes, get out there, join me, be high maintenance. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.